Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we're going to be covering the life and story of the one and the only Ed Sheeran. So without further ado, let's get into it. Ed Sheeran, real name being Edward Christopher Sheeran, was born in Halifax, West Yorkshire, England on February 17th, 1991. His father was a curator at a Cartwright Hall in Bradford, and his mother worked at Manchester City Art Gallery. In December 1995, he moved with his family from Hebden Bridge to Framlingham in Suffolk, where he attended the independent Brandeston Hall Prep School. He has an older brother named Matthew, who works as a composer. Ed's parents, John and Imogen, are from London. His paternal grandparents are Irish, and Sheeran has stated that his father is from a very large Catholic family. Ed sang at a local church choir at the age of 4, learned how to play the guitar at age 11, and began writing songs in high school. He also played the cello when he was younger. A 2004 school report described him as a natural performer, and his classmates also voted him as most likely to be famous. He was accepted at the National Youth Theatre in London as a teenager. He successfully auditioned for Youth Music Theatre UK in 2007 and joined their production of Frankenstein, a new musical, in Plymouth. Sheeran began recording music in 2004, and at the age of 13 independently released his first collection of work titled Spinning Man. In February 2010, Sheeran posted a video through SB.TV, a channel launched by British entrepreneur Jamal Edwards, and rapper Example invited Sheeran to tour with him. In the same month, he also released his critically acclaimed Loose Change EP, which featured his future debut single, The A-Team. Sheeran began to be seen by more people over the internet through YouTube, and his fan base expanded, with him also receiving praise from the independent newspaper and the living legend himself, Elton John. When in Los Angeles in 2010, he was invited to perform at the Foxhole, which is a nightclub run by the actor Jamie Foxx. On January 8, 2011, Ed Sheeran released another independent EP, Number 5 Collaborations Project, featuring grime artists such as Wiley, JME, Devlin, Sway, and Getz. With that EP, Sheeran gained mainstream attention for having reached number 2 in the iTunes charts without any promotion or any label, selling over 7,000 copies in the first week. 3 months later, Sheeran put on a free show to fans at the Barfly in Camden Town. Over 1,000 fans turned up, so Sheeran played 4 different shows to ensure everyone saw a gig, including a gig outside on the street after the venue had closed. And later that month, he'd go on to sign with Asylum Records. On April 26, 2011, Sheeran appeared on the BBC music show Later with Jules Holland, where he performed his debut single, The A-Team. 6 weeks later, The A-Team was released as a digital download in the UK. The release served as the lead single from Sheeran's debut album, Plus. The A-Team entered the UK singles chart at number 3, selling over 58,000 copies the first week. It was the best-selling debut single and the overall 8th best-selling single of 2011, selling 801,000 copies. The lead single also became a top 10 hit in Australia, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Norway, and the Netherlands. During a headline set in the BBC introducing tent at the Glastonbury Festival in 2011, Sheeran announced that You Need Me, I Don't Need You would be released on August 26th as the second single from the Plus album. The second single peaked at number 4 on the UK single charts. Lego House was released as the third single, reaching the top 10 on the Australian, Irish, and New Zealand singles chart. The music video for Lego House features actor Rupert Grint as a play on their similar appearance. Drunk, released on February 19, 2012, became Sheeran's fourth consecutive top 10 single in the UK, peaking at number 9. Sheeran released Plus on September 12, 2011. The album received generally favorable reviews from music critics and debuted at number 1 on the UK albums charts for sales of 102,000 copies. By end of 2011, sales of the album in the UK stood at 791,000 copies. It became the second best-selling debut album and 9th biggest selling album there. The album also reached the top 5 in Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand, and the US. Taylor Swift contacted Ed Sheeran after hearing his music while touring Australia in March 2012. He later co-wrote and provided vocals for Everything Has Changed, a single featured on Swift's fourth studio album, Red. He also contributed 2 songs to One Direction's second studio album, Take Me Home, released in November 2012. The single Little Things became the group's second number 1 in the UK. In late 2012 and early 2013, he headlined a U.S. tour of 6,000 to 9,000 capacity venues. The A-Team received the nomination for Song of the Year at the 2013 Grammys. Elton John, who runs Sheeran's management company, canvassed the award organizers to give Sheeran a performance slot at the ceremony, but was told that Sheeran alone was not high profile enough, so Elton John decided to appear with Ed Sheeran to circumvent this problem. From March to September 2013, Ed Sheeran played at arenas and stadiums across North America as the opening act for Taylor Swift's The Red Tour. Sheeran's second studio album, Multiply, was released worldwide on June 23, 2014. Spanning 3 years, Ed Sheeran wrote more than 120 songs for the Multiply album. And the album peaked at number 1 in both the UK album charts and the US Billboard 200. In 2014, combined streams on Sheeran's catalog and Spotify reached 860 million. Spotify named him the most streamed artist and Multiply the most streamed album. Multiply was nominated for Album of the Year at the 57th Grammy Awards. Ed Sheeran performed Thinking Out Loud alongside John Mayer, Questlove, and Herbie Hancock. In 2015, Ed Sheeran wrote Love Yourself for Justin Bieber's fourth album. Sheeran had initially planned to put the song on his third album and added that the track would have been scrapped before Bieber took the song. On December 13, 2016, after a year-long hiatus and social media break, Sheeran tweeted a picture and changed his Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, implying the release of a new album. On January 2nd, he posted a 10-second video on Twitter and other social media showing what was the cover design of his forthcoming album entitled Divide, which was released on March 3rd, 2017. The album debuted at number 1 in the UK, the US, Germany, Australia, Canada, Mars, Jupiter, Uranus.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
All right. Let's get back on track. On January 6th, Ed Sheeran released 2 singles, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill. Both singles went on to break the Spotify Day 1 streaming record with a combined total of over 13 million streams in 24 hours. On January 13th, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill entered the UK singles chart at number 1 and number 2, the first time in history an artist has taken the top 2 UK chart positions with new songs. On January 17th, Shape of You debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard Hot 100, while Castle on the Hill entered at number 6. This made Sheeran the first artist ever to have 2 songs simultaneously debut in the US top 10. On January 26, Ed Sheeran announced dates for the beginning of the Divide Tour with shows in Europe, South America, and North America. On December 4th, Sheeran was named Spotify's most streamed artist of 2017 with 6.3 billion streams. He had Spotify's biggest album of the year with Divide streamed 3.1 billion times, and the top song with Shape of You that streamed 1.4 billion times alone. On January 3rd, 2018, Shape of You was named the best-selling single of 2017 in the UK and the best-selling single of 2017 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. The same day, Divide was named the best-selling album of 2017 in the UK and the US. On May 10, 2019, Sheeran released the single I Don't Care, a duet with Justin Bieber from his fourth studio album, number 6 Collaborations Project. On Spotify, I Don't Care debuted with 10.9 million daily global streams, breaking the platform's single-day streaming record. The song debuted at number 1 in the UK, Australia, and other markets, and number 2 in the US. On May 31st, Cross Me, featuring Chance the Rapper and P&B Rock, R.I.P., debuted at number 9 in the UK. Released on June 28, 2019, Beautiful People featuring Khalid debuted at number 3 in the UK and number 4 in Australia. On July 12th, he released the album. The album debuted at number 1 in the UK and the US, of course. On August 19, 2021, Sheeran announced that his 5th studio album would be called Equals and released on October 29, 2021 with a total of 14 songs. The cover was painted by him during the first lockdown from you guys know what, and is based on the changes in life he had during the last 4 years, including marriage, having a child, and losing friends, etc. Topping the charts in most major markets, Equals became his 5th number 1 in UK and 4th US number 1. And at the moment, that's kind of where we stand on the Ed Sheeran story. I mean, obviously, dude's still relatively young. I mean, you don't, early 30s, he's here, man. He's here for a long time. He's going to be here. He's going to be writing for your favorite artists. He's going to be making some of your favorite songs for a very long time. And I just can't wait to see what he does next. Bloodstream is my personal favorite Ed Sheeran song of all time. For those who's curious, yes, I do listen to Ed Sheeran. And yes, Bloodstream is my favorite Ed Sheeran song. But until next time, peace, love, positivity. Y'all know the vibes. Leave a comment. Let me know who you want me to do a video on next. And I'll catch y'all in the next one.